The other thing that you may not be aware of is how simple a trauma can sit in you. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. Some of us have big things. We've had big, major events in our life, and we know without a doubt that's impacted us. But some of us don't realize that we've had smaller events that have impacted us in a really big way. And I'll give you an example. There could be two children sitting in a classroom. They both put their hand up to answer a question. They both get it wrong. They both get laughed at by their peers based on one child's how they process their emotions, and the other one processes a bit differently, that will get stored in them differently. So they might go home, tell their mum, hey, I put my hand up, people laughed at me. Depending on what mum, dad, whoever the person is that they share it with, depending on that response will impact whether this gets processed in a way that releases out of the body or it stays trapped in the body and changes the behavior. Because trauma is not the event. Trauma is what happens as a result of how the emotions are processed. We think it's the event, but it's not. It's the processing. And so you might then, as a result, based on how a parent might have responded to the child, that child, they'll go back to school and will never put their hand up again because when they went home to get supported, they didn't get whatever they needed. And then all of a sudden, they don't put their hand up. All of a sudden, they don't engage as much because there could be a whole lot of other underlying factors in regards to that maybe they were already struggling with being accepted socially because they already had other minor traumas that weren't processed properly when kids were made fun, went home, and maybe they didn't get the support when they spoke to their caregiver. So understand that your traumas are not the event. Your traumas are how you have metabolized and processed the emotions associated with an event. So when we need to heal ourselves, it's first acknowledging what's occurred, understanding what it is. That can be hard depending on what it is, whatever the trauma is, whatever the event is. That could be difficult because it is an acknowledgement piece. Once we acknowledge it, we need to understand the where, the when, the how of what occurred. And then we need to understand too, in regards to, did I get to fully process that emotion or was I told to stop crying? Don't cry. Or was I allowed to process it? Was I told to don't be angry? No, you can't. Don't be angry. Don't punch that. Don't yell. Was that what I was told? Was there a short circuit in processing the emotions? Because someone couldn't handle someone else's big emotions, or someone made a particular emotion wrong. Perfect example is anger. Anger is just an emotion. It's a chemical reaction, but it's how we process it. We can process anger in a healthy way or a toxic way. But anger is just an emotion. In the emotional trauma, it is about processing all the emotions that we should have experienced at that point in time when the event was occurring. It might be anger, it might be frustration, it might be crying, look, it depends on what the thing is, but that we have fully embodied and allowed it to run the full cycle, like go through the whole system, rather than stopping it, repressing it, pushing it down, doing some other action. So we need to make sure that has happened. If that hasn't happened for whatever reason, and now it is stored in us, there is a process that we would bring it up in a safe way and allow that emotion to then move through the system in a not really nice, safe way so it can come out of us. So it depends on what the emotion is and what the trauma was to be able to do that. So you can make really lasting change. It definitely can happen. And it is really about mastering your mind, mastering, understanding your psychology, and knowing how to rewire, short circuit, and almost like override your code with a code that serves you rather than one that you have been serving. You can go slow or you can go fast on this journey. There's two roads. Slow looks like my example, 15 years of doing it, trial and error, numerous dark nights of the soul, not awesome in that space. Depths of healing journey where you feel like you are fumbling through the forest. Or you can go a faster way. The faster way is understanding how your psychology works, how you can change it, having the resources to do that. That's what you can do. Now, as I said to you at the start of this, I am very direct. It's who I am. It's the way I roll, right? It's the way I roll. What the fast way is not for everyone. It really isn't, right? Um, if you don't like if you don't like systems, if you don't like to learn by yourself, if you're not interested in, um, really pushing through some challenges, facing your internal conversations, if you're not into support, working in a class with group support, that space, then what I have to offer you is not going to help you. Like it's not for you, right? If you like to learn where we are working in a group in that space, then I've got something that I can help you with. So I offer structured education through the college, personal development in the space that can really help in this space to be able to help you with community support, to allow people to be able to heal, grow, be empowered. If you like that, if that's like, I know I like to work in a group, I need support, I need tools to be able to do this, uh, then, and this sounds like it's something for you, then I can help you. I've and I want you to just stay with me here. Like I've built a course that takes spiritual coaching, positive psychology, neurodivergent coaching, uh, holistic coaching, neuroscience coaching, and put it together in a way that's really practical that works. So you can work on changing yourself, growing in that space. It does not, by any stretch of the imagination, replace working with a psychotherapist or psychologist. It's a complementary space. So I want you to know that. It is designed for those that are wanting to work on themselves, right? To understand themselves, to grow in that space. It is designed for those that are healers that want to complement what they already do, for psychics and mediums that know that sometimes their clients need this type of support. Also, for anyone that later on wants to be in a teaching space with the college because it is a mandatory requirement for those people. But it's really about understanding and growing yourself, or taking the skills and embedding them on yourself, where then you can share them with others in some form. As I said, it does not supersede working with a psychologist if you're in that space. It's really about understanding yourself, understanding your blocks, understanding how to unlock your full potential, and having the tools to do that in a really practical way. as I said to you at the start of this, I'm super passionate about this because I know what it's changed for me. I now understand the relationships that I have with my parents. Now I'm blessed that they're both here still. They're not easy, right? I was gifted with parents that aren't easy, but it doesn't mean that I've been able to heal my trauma. It also means that I no longer show up in life in a way that makes everyone else comfortable but me uncomfortable. It's, I now really stand in what my power is. And it's not an aggressive power. Like I'm not aggressive or anything like that, but I know what my boundaries are. I know how that shows self-love to me when I hold them. I will prioritize myself. Doesn't mean I don't prioritize others at all. But I know if I don't prioritize myself, then I can't look after others. As they say, can't pour from an empty, cup, bucket, whatever reference you want to use. But the main thing is, what I love about understanding this work is I have peace and serenity no matter what is happening in my outside world. My inside world is peaceful. That's the gift of it. And if I could give this to everyone that I ever encountered in my life, I'd be so happy. That sense of peace. I never had it. I really didn't. And, mm, I've been to the depths of darkness multiple times. That doesn't show up anymore. And to be able to then support people even in the same space, uh, I'm able to do that because of having these skills. It changes lives. So I want to show you how it works because this is the fast way on how it works. So I'm going to show you this. So bear with me as I run you through this. It is called the mind mastery. That is what I've called the course, and it is about mastering what's going on in our head. That's what it is. It is 8 online modules with 8 live coaching sessions that complement the modules. There is a lot of content in there. There's 27 videos, there's meditations, there's worksheets, there's a lot of support in it because it is about shifting you. There is structure because I'm a structured woman. We cover everything from identifying stress, managing stress, releasing stress from our body, understanding that, looking at our emotions and memories, our nervous system. We then move on to understanding in the positive psychology space, science of smiles. We look at breathing techniques, affirmations, and coming back to ourself. I know a lot of us at the start were like, I've kind of forgotten who I am, right? It's bringing ourselves back to us. In module 3, we look at our well-being. We look at the frequency of gratitude. We're really working on our self-esteem and compassion for self and our mindset. Shifting our mindset. We look at in module 4, understanding our unconscious and subconscious minds, looking at our belief systems, and we've done a little bit of work on that tonight. Looking at blocks in a bigger level, understanding even emotional development. When you understand how you got to where you are based on, how you grow, how emotionally and cognitive what happens at certain ages, a lot of things become really clear on what you're experiencing now or have experienced. In module 5, we cover where we're blocking ourselves, how we're keeping ourselves small, our self-doubt, how to move through that, how to manage our stress and our worries, like that all-consuming, in our head where we get worried about everything and can't kind of move forward, and spending a lot of energy on that, and how to really have strategic ways. This is a very practical course. I mean, it's strategic ways to manage that. If we're in that space of if we love manifesting, so module 6 is all about that. So law of attraction, in that space, our thinking style. So what type of thinking style are we? And how is that impacting us and or the people that are around us, even understanding their thinking styles and wondering why, hey, why this just not working out at work, because we're on two separate pages, because we operate really differently. On module 7, here we're looking at that, how do we really become who we're supposed to be? Right? Self-actualization, our boundaries, but also energy in that feminine and masculine, and how that's impacting us, but also the relationships that we have. So we cover all this in our time together. The bundle is worth $3,595. We are not selling it for that at all. We do have a discount for anyone that wants to join us. It starts next week. And this is a course that has never been offered before in this format. I've waited until the perfect timing, and so that's why we're offering it now. For anyone that wants to come along on the journey with me and really step into who they are and let go of all the shackles of who they've been. So this course is, we've dropped it down to $677 with that coupon code. This course is a high value course and there is a lot of content in it. I've just gone through the basics there for you. There is also a payment plan because I believe in this so much, and I think everyone should do it. And I know I'm biased, but I know how it changes lives. And so there is a payment plan there to make it as affordable as possible for as many people as possible so they can have this change for themselves or to be able to share with their family, their friends, or in a professional sense. So we have reduced this dramatically for anyone that wants to join us. We also, like with anything that we do at the college, we offer a guarantee because we want to take out as much risk as possible for anyone that wants to work with us. And so there is a 14-day guarantee where you can come along, you can come to the first class next week, you can have a look at the first module, participate in the class. And if you do that and you decide that, hey, this is not what I thought it was, no problem. We will let you, we'll set you free.